My best friend texted me, "Don't touch my sister." It confused me because why would I do that? I found out when my best friend Chris pulled me aside just as I arrived at their family beach house for the 4th of July weekend. "We need to talk about my sister Bea," he said, his expression dead serious. "She's been asking about you. A lot. Mom said she keeps bringing you up, wondering if you're dating anyone." He ran his hand through his hair. "Look, man, I need you to end this before it starts. Bros don't date sisters." I laughed, thinking he was joking, but his face didn't change. "You're serious? Why not talk to Bea about this directly?" Chris shook his head. "No way, dude. She'll tell my parents, then it'll be this big issue. It's a headache. So please, do me a favor. Hit on a few girls in front of her. Be obnoxious. Talk about boring things or whatever. Anything to look undateable in her eyes. From the 10 years we've known each other, I thought I'd heard it all, but this definitely was the craziest." At lunch, Bea greeted me with a huge smile and patted the seat beside her. "Hey, saved you a seat." Before I could take it, Chris appeared with 2 girls he'd apparently invited from town. "This is Ashley and Jess. Let's sit over here, dude." He chose a table right across from his family, in perfect view of his sister, whose smile faded. The guilt hit me immediately. She'd always been so smart and cool, and so much easier to talk to than the girls Chris had forced to come along. It wasn't fun. Chris kept pushing different girls my way all day while we were with his family on the beach, and every time I looked over, Bea was watching with a hurt expression. I couldn't keep it up any longer. So when Bea saved me a seat by the fire pit in the evening, I took it despite Chris's intense Darth Vader stare from across the flames. "So tell me about your graduate program," I said, desperate for normal conversation. Her face lit up, eyes dancing with the fire. We talked for an hour about her research, her internship prospects, the trip to Costa Rica she was planning. She was passionate and brilliant, and I remembered that talking with her was one of the reasons I loved being with her family so much. My phone kept buzzing with texts from Chris. "What are you doing? Stick to the plan. Dude, you're making it worse." I ignored it, and weirdly enough, Chris didn't say anything more about it in the morning. Sure, he wasn't really talking to me, but he wasn't making threats either. I thought maybe he realized his plan wasn't working. But when Bea walked straight past me that morning, I knew something happened. I cornered Chris in the kitchen while everyone else was at the beach setting up for the party. "What did you do?" I asked him immediately. Chris pushed back. "I did what you should have been doing. I made her stop liking you. That's what matters." I felt my blood boil. "What do you mean you made her stop?" His eyes darted left and right. "I just said that you had a girlfriend back home." I gave a disgusted stare. "So now you're lying to her face?" "I had no choice. She was asking mom for advice and telling her about how much she really liked you, so I panicked." "Can't you just go with it? Let her think you're taken? Like, why are you so angry over this?" He was right. Why was I so upset? He and I looked at each other like we knew the answer, but no one could say it. "I'm protecting her from getting hurt when you guys inevitably break up and I have to choose sides. You want to be the guy who makes me choose between my best friend and my sister? The odds aren't worth it," he said quietly. But he was wrong. It wasn't up to him to decide that for us. So at the party, I approached Bea. "I'm not dating anyone," I told her immediately before she had a chance to run off. Her eyes widened. "But Chris told me." He lied, and there's more than that. "He had asked me to act like a jerk this weekend so you'd lose interest in me. But those girls, they'll never compare to how amazing you are." Her face turned red with embarrassment. "So, you knew about how I felt?" I reached out and held her hand. "I did, but I don't hate it. I'm flattered and happy. I just hate that we don't even have a chance to try." She shook her head. "Give me your phone." I handed it over without question. She scrolled through my texts with Chris and marched straight to her family, holding it up for everyone to see. "Hey Chris, explain these texts where you're telling him to flirt with girls in front of me." The room went silent. Their dad took the phone and read, his jaw tightening. "Christopher, she's 24 years old, not 12. He tried to explain, but no one in his family would let him. So he sat there taking blow after blow from his family. I found Chris alone on the deck later looking miserable. We sat in silence before I finally spoke. "You know I'd never hurt her, right?" He sighed and looked out at the ocean. "Yeah, I know. I guess if she's gonna date someone, better it's someone I know will treat her right than some random jerk who might break her heart." "Brothers?" I nodded. "Brothers."